Hey guys, I'm Glitter Valkyrie, and I cannot believe that I am saying this, but we are finally pulling for Legendary Xander. I have waited for him to show up all of these years, and he could not be any more perfect, and I am just so excited to pull today. So we will talk about the characters in the banner as we go along, but I want to get pulling as soon as possible. So for the glory of Nor, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so our plan for today is going to be to snipe green because I want to maximize my chance of getting as many Xanders as I can possibly get. And I'm really sorry if this is disappointing, but I really don't plan on going super hard for a plus 10 today, just because I really do not want the characters that Xander shares with. I do have a plus 10 Freya, super not on purpose, and I do like mine, but I really don't need any more, and I really don't like Atri at all. So I did see that he is coming back in September with Byleth, who I love, and I feel like that's going to be, okay. Well, it's early, so it's fine. And we get a blessing. Let's check IVs. And she is plus defense, sure. I really don't know anything about her stat line, but that's fine. We're just going to hope that maybe some Xanders come home now. But I was saying that it's probably better for me to go harder when he returns in September with a character that I actually like. So I think that's what we're going to do. But I guess if we don't have any greens, we'll go blues just because I can always use more copies of Attack Speed Menace. It is my favorite C skill of all time. And I do love my Uller, and I would like mergers for her too. And other than that, there's really nothing else that I want on the banner except maybe like, I don't know, a Nime for a Menace or a Sigurd just because I like him. So this is actually a really rough banner to pull on because there's so much that I don't want. But Xander is here and I waited so many years for him and I just love him. So with all that said, I think that we can go ahead and answer our viewer questions now. And as always, if I not get to your question, I am so sorry. I will try to do it in a future one. And if you think of a question you want to ask me, just leave it in the comments with #question, and I will put your question on my list. So our first question today comes from Aura, and they ask, how come you love Xander so much? Oh my gosh. Do you have like 2 hours? Oh no. Oh, that's not green. Oh, oh my goodness. I was thinking about Xander and I just wasn't thinking about anything else. Oh my gosh. And it's Alina. Okay, so we're not going to do that again. I'm going to be more careful. But I was going to talk about why I love Xander so much. And I'm going to try and keep it as brief as I can because I could talk for like 2 hours about this. But there are so many reasons that I love Xander. A big thing is design. I think he has one of my favorite designs of all time. And I remember when it was like right before Fates was going to come out and we saw the whole cast of characters. And as I was looking through them, I saw him and I said, you are the one. You are the one that I'm going to support because you are perfect. And it's him. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I have lost all my words. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's check IVs. And he is plus HP. I am so happy with that. To be honest, if we don't get a plus speed or a plus attack, I will probably end up trait fruiting him and maybe floretting him later. But I'm just so happy that he came home. But, you know, I'm going to try and focus. We'll get back to this lucky question from Aura. I was saying that I absolutely adore his design. Like from the moment I saw him, I knew. And it's also actually more than his design. There are so many things about his personality that I love. I love that he is responsible and honorable and dependable, and he really had to work hard to be successful because he's not naturally good at things, which I personally find very relatable because I'm not really super good at anything without trying really hard. And aside from that, I love that he is a serious character. And I haven't had the chance to talk about this, but I feel like it's something that we've kind of gotten away from in Fae. I feel like his past couple of alts, and kind of rightfully so, have been kind of goofy. But I love him because he is a serious character with the weight of the world on his shoulders. And you see that in this legendary form with his furrowed brow. Actually, his furrowed brow is like one of my favorite little character details that I really love that they put in his design. So I love his seriousness. I love that he's not a black and white character. Like, there are so many shades of gray to his character. And I also love how far he came with his background, because I think that he probably had it the hardest out of all the Norian siblings. And that is because he saw what happened to his father going from like a semi-okay parent to like a complete goopy monster. And I think that there's that extra layer of like conflict when you have a parent who is somewhat okay, who you really, really, truly love, who you see become someone else, and you kind of have to reconcile that they're not the person that you loved as a kid. And I think that's really profound and probably should have been explored a little bit more in Fates, but you know, it's Fates. But for all those reasons, I think that he is a complex, compelling character. He is handsome, he is wonderful, and everyone should pull for him. So thank you so much, Aura, for that very lucky question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one, and this comes from Zachary Gangaga. And they ask, what would you do if Xander got a legendary alt and he had Garon's beard? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's another goat. You know what? I can't even say I'm surprised. All right, let's check IVs. And she is plus defense, sure. I have no idea what I'm going to do with that. I really don't want to make another plus 10, so if you guys have any idea, feel free to let me know. But getting back to this lucky question from Zachary, I am so grateful that Xander does not have Garon's beard. I think that this design could not have been any more perfect for his legendary. He is so handsome and serious and regal, and I am just so glad he doesn't have that beard. And I will say that if we ever get any other form of Garon in Fae, I want it to be the young version, because I think somewhere in Fates they say that Xander looks like a young version of Garon, so that would be nice to see, and I would love to see what he was like before he turned all goopy and evil. So I think that if we have to see another Garon, that's what I would want to see. But thank you again, Zachary, for that great question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one, and this comes from Ryuga Toshio. And they ask, what is one of the most memorable experiences in games in general that stood with you until now? Okay, so there are actually a couple that come to mind. I'll start with the Fire Emblem related one, and that is when I discovered permadeath. So I was not a smart kid. I was a pretty dumb kid playing Fire Emblem for the first time, and I don't remember which character it was that ate it, but as soon as it happened, I was like, okay, I need to find a Phoenix Down or a Revive or an Inn. And then it hit me, that does not exist. They are dead. And I remember that feeling of, oh no, what have I done? They are gone. They're not coming back. And I have to reset. And once I kind of got over that and I did reset, then it hit me that it was profound. It was so profound to me as a kid that my choices actually mattered. Because, you know, when you're a kid and you're small, you feel like a lot of things that you do don't necessarily matter, that you don't have a lot of impact, but my choices actually mattered in this game, and it just struck me as profound. And then from then on, I just absolutely loved the series because it was so serious. So that's definitely a moment that stuck with me to this day. And then one from when I was an adult. I've talked a little bit about this before, but it was when I was playing Xenoblade X. And I was kind of at a point in my life where I was playing video games kind of sporadically, but I was just so busy with becoming an adult that I'd kind of fallen away from it. So I was kind of worried that I'd kind of outgrown things. But then I played Xenoblade X like when I had a little bit of time on my hands, and I don't remember which area I was exploring, but I found some place and I was just taken aback by the beauty of the environment and the freedom and the openness of anything, that I could go anywhere, I could climb and do anything, and it was just free. And I just had not felt that sense of wonder and magic since I was like a kid playing video games. And it was just a really special moment for me because, you know, as you get older, you just get more cynical and things aren't quite as magical. But to feel that again was just so special. And so that entire series holds a very special place in my heart for many reasons. But yeah, it was a really special moment. But thank you so much, Ryuga, for that great question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one. And this comes from Moon's Future. And they ask, what do you think of Arvel so far? So I will say I have not finished Three Hopes. I'm still, I think, at the end of part 1 in the Golden Wildfire path. So I guess I shouldn't say like for sure. But as of what I've seen so far, I do not like Arvel one bit. When I saw the design, I thought they looked like a pasty gremlin, and I still feel that way. I find them annoying. I am rooting for Sothis, even though they appear to be the enemy. So I am so sorry if you love Arvel. I do not like them. But thank you for that great question. So let's back out and we will answer another one. And this next question comes from Cheryin Hyena. And they ask, what are your opinions on the Fargus 4? So I'm not 100% sure that I have the Fargus 4 correct, so I'm sorry if this is wrong, but my guess would be Dimitri and Felix and Ingrid and Sylvain. I'm sorry if that's wrong though. But if that is the correct 4, I would say I really do love all of those characters. Dimitri is one of my favorites from Three Houses, my second favorite lord, and I think that he's just a super complex... Oh my goodness, it's snuggle time. You know what? I do like Selkie, and I super love that she can't break my pity, so this is totally fine. Okay, let's check IVs. And she is plus res, we'll take that. But we will go ahead and back out and hope for more greens. And getting back to this very lucky question from Cheryin, I do love Dimitri. I love his pre-time skip design. I love his growth over the game. And his supports with Marianne are some of the best in all of Fire Emblem overall. I absolutely love it. And then for Felix, I think he has a super cool design. He does have his mean moments, but he is interesting. And I did marry him in one path, so I do like him. And then as for Ingrid, I think that she has one of the most beautiful time skip glow-ups. I love her post-time skip design. Would love to see it in Fae. And I really do like her as a character, even though she didn't perform super great for me when I played. And then lastly for Sylvain, when I first met him, I thought he was super gross. But then I did his supports and I ended up really liking him too. But thank you so much, Cheryin, for that very lucky question. And let's go ahead and answer our next one. And this comes from Bernie Bear. And they ask, if these heroes were to become a duo/harmonized unit, who would you want to be their backpack? All right, so the first character was Claude, and for the duo you suggested Bernie, who I would actually absolutely love to see. But if we couldn't have Bernie, I would love to see Dimitri, because I loved the interactions with the two of them in the Blue Lions route. And then if we were to get a harmonic, I would love to see female Robin, because they both love strategy and it would be great. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's another goat. Not even surprised. All right, let's check this one. And she is plus res. We take it, sure. And we will just keep going with this very lucky question. So yes, I would say Dimitri for a duo, and then for harmonic, I would say female Robin. And then the next character was Triandra, who I love. And for a duo, I would say Dagger or Leg Yarn would be great. And for a harmonic, I would say Petra, because Face Tattoo Gang would be great. And then the next character was Sarah, and you said she was best healer, and you were correct. And for a duo that is super easy, I would say Urk. And for a harmonic, I would say La Rochelle. I think that would be the best duo of all time. They're super, super fun. And if we couldn't have La Rochelle, alternatively, I would say Constance, because they have the same energy. And then lastly, you said Surtur. I never want to see this come to fruition, but if it does, oh my goodness. Oh boy, it is truly a goat rodeo today. Let's check this one. And she is plus HP, sure. So we are backing out for one more chance at Xander. And to finish up this extremely lucky question from Bernie Bear, for a Surtur duo, I feel like Hell would be fitting. And for a harmonic, maybe Edelgard, because flames. But thank you again for that very lucky question. All right, I know we're at 40, but we have to pull this screen. It's like required. A 3-star. And we get a Cecilia, that's fine. All right, so we will back out, and we are taking our Xander. And I have never been any more sure about a choice for this. I'm so happy that we can do this. Oh my gosh. That art is just so beyond perfect. I love everything about it. And we get a blessing, and we get the thing. All right, so I'm so sorry if this is disappointing, but we are going to go ahead and end things here for now because we do have the summer banner coming soon, and I do think that he shares with a better unit coming up. So maybe I'll do some YOLO polls moving forward, but for now, I think it's best to stop. I do want to thank everybody that submitted questions. I really, really appreciate your support. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.